and welcome back to my playthrough of Mansions of Madness. And as usual, I have some errors to correct. In this case, I think I was too mean to me. So I received two very helpful comments from Scott and Aaron. So thanks so much for making me aware. One of this, I think there seems to be some kind of an agreement on the Geek that whenever you can dodge a bullet or pretty much negate damage, you can do so. And I think I was not sure with Carson Sinclair, one was face down, one was face up, but in the end I think I can get rid of one of those face down damage in this case because he rolled a lot of successes. And then it seems I forgot to award Mandy with an additional clue when I went after this puzzle, and yeah, don't mention it. I was really doing bad, but overall still she was able to get a second clue because of her special ability. Apart from that, we should be good. We still have the witch running through the halls of the mansion here, and one problem is none of us has a ranged weapon, which is really a problem because with 2 movement I cannot get the investigators in the same space as the witch, and I believe she has ranged attack. So originally I was really thinking going after her, but now I would have to spend pretty much 2 actions just to get there. And that's really bad unless I'm using whatever Carson's ability to send Mandy down there. Then she still has pretty much 1 action to attack, but she doesn't have a weapon. Of course, she could use her kerosene lantern, but I think we want to use it for something else. So I think, yeah, let's not go after the witch at this point in time at least. And because she's all alone, I think I want to start with her because then I can still send the other investigators toward her in case something terrible will happen. So yeah, let's do that. Maybe we want to explore this token here, which seems to be some kind of an urn. I checked that. The shelf is lined with curiosities from the mundane to the horrifying. As you scan over the various items, your eyes fall on an urn marked Lilith Vanderbilt. Oh, can you believe that? 1856 to 1925. You pick up the urn and find it filled with ashes. We can smash the urn or we can leave the urn. And I've never seen this urn before, but somehow, I think she's curious. Let's smash the urn. Pretty sure that's a bad idea. But yeah, you smash the urn in a cloud of ash and broken porcelain. The room seems to chill as you find an object amidst the ashes. As you pick it up, you hear the sound of a woman weeping. Gain the lucky cigarette case common item, then discard this search token. Okay, maybe that wasn't a bad thing after all. And I think overall we cannot complain. Once per round, you may convert a clue to a success. Nice. And again, I'm not sure if I should look at this one here. I think that's desk with all kinds of stuff. I will not be able to do something meaningful there anyway because I'm out of actions then. And maybe this is where I should have started. I think this was a very stupid idea. What I should have been doing is really move in here, do the action and move back, and then I would be set for the next round and would be also closer to the door. Stupid me, but cannot take it back now. So I still want to explore this one. So she will move in here to this space, and yeah, she has to forfeit her final movement. As Mandy doesn't carry a weapon, I think she wants to continue to explore. So she will move in here. She still has 1 movement left. We must not forget that. And we want to check out this search token there. So let's see what we find. A heavy chest sits on the corner near the bed. You notice scuff marks on the floor that indicate that it is regularly moved. Yeah, let's totally search it. You drag the chest across the wooden floor and hear an audible click. You look under the chest to see a small alcove in the floor holding a jumble of electric wiring. You seem to have triggered something, and now you can hear a steady ticking from within. No way. You attempt to rewire the device to stop the timer. Attempt the puzzle using observation. And again, we are lucky with her because she has 5 observation, but again we have to solve a puzzle. Oh man, can you believe it? Okay, not much we can do. Pretty sure something terrible will happen. And yes, this is another thing. So we have to move this guy over here. So we have 5 successes. So let's start here, there, 3, 4. Wow. Okay, I think again this was easy because I think we got a hint from the butler or so who told us about this, if I'm not mistaken. This was relatively easy, to be honest. You deftly cut wires and twist others together to reroute power. As the ticking stops, you hear a click from the other side of the wall out in the hallway. Gain 1 clue, then discard this search token. That's perfect. Again, we will not forget she gets 2 clues because she's awesome. I think something will happen here then. So let's remove the search token. She still has 1 movement left, so we will totally move her back here. And then it's back to Carson. And I think he doesn't want to open that door here yet because he's last in line. So now I'm really regretting not having moved her back, to be honest. Okay, cannot change it now, so he will still move out, I believe. Yeah, he has to. 1, 2 spaces here. And before I open this door, maybe we should really check out this one here. Maybe we find something useful. A stack of papers has been strewn about the floor. Maybe he shouldn't do that. I think he might be better off using his King James Bible instead. Yeah, why not? So let's cancel this now and let's have him use his King James Bible. You are another investigator within range, may discard 1 face down horror. So yeah, let's totally do that. Okay, I think that was the investigator phase, so let's end it. The room gets very cold as the lights become blindingly bright. Your ears pop as every light in the room burns out. Place darkness in each space in the bedroom. Okay, that's not too bad. Each investigator in the bedroom suffers 2 horror and, what is it, will plus 1 negate. So that's only Mandy right now. So I'm pretty happy that this happened basically after she did the test. But she's carrying the candles, which is a light source, so she can ignore the darkness. Anyway, she still has to suffer some horror, but her will is over 3, so she gets to roll 4 dice. And we are looking for 2 successes. And of course, I will use my new Lego dice tower I've built together with my son. Isn't it nice? And those are the 2 successes we needed. So it serves me well, it seems, so she doesn't suffer any horror. Awesome. Back to the app. Oh, another witch, huh? A robed figure appears from a side door and begins searching around. Upon seeing signs of the other people, the figure yells, "There's someone here!" I think that's the same test. You hear a muffled response from another part of the estate. Get rid of them. Spawn a witch as indicated. I think that's next, yeah, to the butler, Eugene, I believe. And this also means the robed figure sneaks into the dining room and comes face to face with Eugene. The butler yells in fright and flees into the entryway. Move Eugene as indicated. Okay, let's do that real quick. So let's first enter the witch and move Eugene out into the lobby. The witch, I think that's the first witch, right? The witch moves up 2 squares within range of as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks the investigator within range with the most clues. I think that's the first witch, right? Pretty sure about it, because she has this symbol here. That's now the thing. She is in range with as many investigators as possible. Within range means 1, 2, 3 spaces. It's the same room, so she can trace, or she can peek around that corner here. So there isn't a real line of sight in this game. So yes, she will not move because she has a ranged attack. So we will simply attack Carson where he stands. So the monster attacks. The witch's voice seems to be writhed around itself, twining into an impossible harmony. Become dazed. Oh, come on. Simply as that. Something rustles behind you. An observation, and we need 2 successes. So first of all, he's now dazed, so he cannot use clues pretty much. And then, but he will roll 5 dice. Observation, yeah, he needs 2 successes. He doesn't have any clues anyway. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, of course, if he would have some clues, so he totally whiffed it. Which means if we fail, a large black bird swoops down upon you with a sharp beak and claws. Suffer 1 damage. Okay, that's not too bad, but yeah, let's see what he gets. Standard damage is always face up. It's a minor injury, only a flesh wound. No additional effect. Flip this card face down. Okay, that's a nice one. Okay, let's continue. That's the second witch. Yes, exactly. The witch moves up 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks. No, cannot move to be within range. So the witch simply moves 2 spaces toward the nearest investigator. Yep, which means she will move 1, 2 spaces here into the hall again. And then we should already resolve our horror check. And that's unfortunately Carson again. Yes, within range. Yeah. So let's continue. It's this witch here. It's in range. Yes, it's only Carson. So let's see what happens. The witch's face begins to decay, crumbling to dust, while a voice urges you to look. Okay, that's a will test with 2 successes. Luckily, he holds the Holy Cross, so he gets an additional die, up to 4. The thing is, we still need 2 successes. Yep, that's the case. And oh wow, this time we were lucky. Awesome job, Carson. Nice dice tower. Where have you been my whole gaming life? If you pass, you turn away and ignore the apparition. Okay, nice. I think that's it. Yeah, absolutely. So let's simply end the Mythos phase. Okay, that wasn't bad at all. As this seems to be our direction to go, I think we have to move Gloria back. Yes, let's totally do that. So let's move her 1, 2 spaces here. And I think then let's really go here. She could move in here and maybe try to take the witch out the next round, or maybe Carson could give her a command. I think this could be something to consider too. Yeah, let's do that. I think we really need to get rid of some of those witches. So let's simply move her 1, 2 spaces here. So this was her activation, and I think then let's simply use Carson's special ability. So activate him next to give her a command. She's within range, 1, 2, 3 spaces. So she will now perform an attack against the very first witch, which should be this one. Yeah, let's attack with a bladed weapon. She now has the knife. You lunge toward your foe with a brutal step, and again we have to roll a strength test with her. How heavy can this knife be? Seriously. Oh, come on. And as Paul put it, this seems to be Marcus' first law, not Murphy's law, whatever. Basically, the app will choose the test, which is the meanest for me. So she still has 2 strength. We are looking for 2 successes. Are you kidding me? Okay, that's nice. So she will use her lucky cigarette case. Once per round, you may convert to a thing. So yeah, that's 2 successes. Okay, that's at least something. So maybe let's put it sideways. If you pass, your weapon digs deep into the figure's stomach and you kick your foe backward off the blade. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test result. Then move the monster 1 space. That's tempting. I can choose to move it. So we have 2 successes plus 1, which is 3 hits. Not enough to kill the witch. Oh, that's bad. But okay, that's 3 damage. It's not too bad. Let's continue. I think that was the attack. Again, I'm not so sure if I should open the door or not, but I think I will. We have to make some progress because here are only some papers. Not quite sure if we find something there. And he cannot use clues or whatever. Okay, he doesn't have any clues. So yeah, I think let's open that door here, which could be a terrible mistake. Where the door at the end of the hall is cracked open, you hear bizarre noises from the other side. Oh, come on, let's explore it. Why not? As you open the door to the unfinished attic, the stairs and walls creak as if exhaling a breath of dusty air. Everything in the room has been pushed to the sides and a massive circle of runes has been carved into the floor. Discard this explore token and place the attic tile and a wall as indicated, so we cannot move down to the kitchen pretty much. Yeah, let's do that. So here's the attic and I'm already regretting having opened that door here, to be honest. So let's continue. On the far side of the attic, furniture and other random items have been pushed up against the wall. Among the items you spot something useful. Place the sledgehammer, common item as indicated. Okay, that's definitely something. So let's have a look at it. Apparently it's a heavy weapon. You may suffer 2 face down damage to convert all into successes while attacking with this card. Okay, that's definitely helpful, but I'm pretty sure that's not all we find in the attic here. 2 rope figures stand across from each other over the ritual circle, chanting. The one nearest to you seems to be in some kind of trance and hardly acknowledges your approach. Spawn a cultist as indicated. So I guess this will be here, guarding the sledgehammer. And the other figure lowers the hood of his robe and points at you with an ornate dagger. What are you doing on my property? You're meddling in things you do not understand, and you will die for it. Spawn a priest of Dagon as indicated. This is William Vanderbilt. Okay, how nice is that? So enter William Vanderbilt. What the... William Vanderbilt begins chanting a heinous incantation that causes reality to warp and shift. A terrible fish-like creature slips through the fabric of reality and into our world. Spawn a deep one as indicated. Oh, good that I moved her out, I guess. So this guy will be here. What? Elsewhere in the mansion, a second horrifying fish thing breaches the barrier between worlds. Spawn a deep one as indicated. Oof, greenish one. So this guy will be here. I think that's enough, right? No, it's not. The pungent scent of rotting fish precedes the third amphibious monstrosity that slips into our world with a splash of salt water. Spawn a deep one is indicated. This time it's the purple one. And that's definitely bad news for Mandy, but I think Mandy still has a full turn, if I'm not mistaken. Told you it was a bad idea to open a door. Okay, the ritual circle on the ground is scattered with candles, skulls and other trinkets. If you could get these ritual components, you could stop the cult's vile magics and have enough proof to condemn the Vanderbilt family. Place an interact token as indicated. So not quite sure if this dude will let me, but I will place the token there anyway. And we may move one space into the explored area. This is something I have to think about actually. And yes, I think I should, because right now we are in range with this witch and we will be in range with this witch for the horror check. So I think, yeah, okay, we will only suffer one horror check with the highest one if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, if I move him out, yeah, I think let's do that. So let's move him in here. I think these were all of his 2 actions, and now really kind of regret having given the action to Gloria. And yeah, then it's Mandy. And we must interrupt the ritual taking place before it is complete. So I think that's our interact token. So maybe moving him in there wasn't a bad idea after all. Okay, then it's Mandy. And yes, she has to run to the hills. And now I have this Iron Maiden song in my ears. Yeah, let's totally do that. 1, 2 spaces. And in theory, she could really move directly into the attic. And I think this is what we should do. I think overall the cultists and the priests are not our worst problems right now. So I think, yeah, let's go there. 1, 2 spaces into here. Unfortunately, now she is out of actions, but I think overall that's not too bad for her. But this ends our investigator phase and a lot of things will happen now. Yes, let's end it. Mythos. This will be our worst Mythos phase. The earth shakes, the walls rattle, and pieces of the ceiling fall. In the Mythos event affects each investigator in the attic stairs. Oh, come on, they are both in the attic stairs. Yeah, I think that's the case for both of them, I believe. And no, in fact, she's pretty much in the other room because we see the yellow line here. Didn't really see that, so it's only Carson, which is still bad enough. We have to resolve the event. You are struck by several falling pieces of debris. Suffer 1 face down damage. Wow, which brings him very close being wounded. And now I'm really happy for you guys, making me aware that I was able to get rid of one of the damages before. Okay, wow, next wound and he will be wounded. Not the end of the world, but still you want to avoid that as long as you can. And I think next we will see some monster activation. Oh no. Oh gosh. This was the ashes we opened, huh? Great idea. Awesome, Marcus. The sound of a woman weeping drifts through the mansion halls and the air grows icy cold. The ashes strewn about the office stir and a ghostly figure rises from the shattered remains of the urn. Spawn a ghost as indicated. Then each investigator suffers 2 horror. Are you kidding me? Oh wow, really great idea, Marcus. And this all for a box of cigarettes. You must be kidding me. Okay, it says all horror investigators not within range, simply all investigators. Let's simply start with Carson. He gets to roll 4 dice because of his, I think it's the Holy Cross. Yes, we are looking for 2 successes. Okay, he's good. That's important. Then it's Gloria, also rolling 4 dice. I could spend one in order not to suffer, but I also want to hold on to my clues for any future attacks, actually. So I think she will take... it's a normal horror. This could end up bad. No, let's spend 1 clue in order to transform this into success as well. So she's good too. And last but not least, it's Mandy. She has an awful lot of things. Okay, that's not nearly as good enough. So, but she will spend 1 clue in order to transform this one. But this means she will still get 1 horror, and that's not face down. No, it's 2 horror. It's a minor shock, no additional effect. Flip this card face down. Okay, I buy that. Not too terrible. Still, we have no monsters that are getting activated like crazy. That's the standard witch, the first witch. The witch moves up 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. I think in this case, again, she will not move out. I think she will also not move out of the space in order to be safe. I could be totally wrong here, but I think things look pretty grim already. So it's, and she cannot get in more in range in more than 1 investigator. So let's have the monster attack. The witch holds aloft stone slab carved with eldritch symbols. 1 by 1 the symbols glow with flickering light, then crackling spheres of lightning streaks towards you in identical patterns. Suffer 3 damage, and the book negates, or law negates. And wow, this can go terribly wrong now. So we need 3 successes. We have a law of 4. And okay, I think that's kind of good enough. So she will spend this in order to get 1 more success. She still gets 1 damage, which could be okay. Her health is 7, and she has 5 damage now, but she gets a 6th one now, a ruptured eardrum, which doesn't sound promising. After the splitting pain and partial deafness, you find that your balance is off. Keep face up. Roll 1 fewer die while resolving an agility test. And I think we need agility in order to move out of that space. You must be kidding me. Okay, but this was the attack of that witch. And I believe she might be hit again. Yeah, okay, that's really bad. Didn't really think it through straight. That's the second witch. The witch moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks the investigator within range. And yes, anyway, she would have been able to hit her, so she will move 1, 2 spaces in here. So yeah, the witch will attack as well. And I think we will see our first wounded investigator. Now the monster attack. The witch spins in a circle, cackling, arms flailing about. Hailstones erupt from the spinning witch, pelting you painfully. Suffer 2 face down damage and agility negates. And we roll 1 less die. Are you kidding me? So this was a very efficient attack from those 2 witches. Yeah, so we rolled 2 dice. We are looking for 2 successes now, 2 face down damage. Wow, she made it. Wow, that's insane. Okay, that's really nicely done. But anyway, we are not done yet, of course. We will still have the cultist. I thought he was kind of in the middle of something. The cultist moves up to 2 spaces to be in a space with as many as possible. Then it attacks in its space. Okay, yeah, he will stay where he is, so he will attack Mandy now. So let's see. The cultist charges forward, enveloped in a cloud of swirling shadow that burns your flesh. Suffer 1 face down damage and 1 face down horror, and strength negates. And again, I think I take it that I can basically negate both if I'm successful with my strength test, which is not very likely, by the way, because I'm only rolling 2 dice. Let's find out. That's 1. So we get to choose now if you want the damage or the sanity. And her sanity is still good, actually. So I think let's take... It's face down horror anyway. So yeah, let's take another face down horror here instead. So those cultists are not the worst thing in the world, it seems. But of course, we are far from being done yet. Oh, Vanderbilt moves up to 2 spaces to be in a space with as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks the investigator in its space. And I think, will he now move? He will move up to 2 spaces. So I think, again, He will stop here. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to choose now in this case, if I can move him really to space, because it's the same thing. But I think I would have chosen her anyway. So let's move him down here to this space too. And then let's have him attack again. Let's zoom up a bit. Vanderbilt charges forward, enveloped in a cloud of swirling. Oh, that's the same thing. Suffer 2 face down damage, 2 face down damage and 1 face down horror. Oh, was that also 2 face down damage before? Oh, I need to check that. If so, I need to correct that in my next episode, because it's really the same text. I only rolled 1 success if I'm not mistaken. I have to check that. Okay, again, 1 face down horror. I think let's get 1 and 1 in this case. So that's 1 face down horror and 1 face down damage. But of course there's more. The deep one, that's the one without any symbols, moves 2 spaces toward the nearest investigator. Then it attacks the investigator in its space with the lowest. Okay, there is no investigator in space. Now we are lucky, no investigator in space. The deep one moves up to 2 spaces to be adjacent to as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks the adjacent with the lowest. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, he will move 1, 2 spaces. Now he is adjacent to an investigator. Poor Gloria. So she will be attacked well. A guttural sound escapes the deep one's throat as it gazes at you. Its throat bulges for a moment before it spits a frothing stream of salt water into your eyes. Suffer 2 face down damage. Agility negates. If you suffer 1 or more damage, the brine stings your eyes, become dazed. 2 face down damage would be enough for her. So we have to roll 2 successes now with only 2 dice. Keep in mind we still have our ruptured eardrum, and I think I forgot something too. That's bad. That's a bad timing, because I forgot her screamish horror thing here, which says after you perform an attack, flip 1 horror face up. I really should have done that before when she attacked the witch, and because she could be out already. Think let's do that now. I think so far nothing bad has happened, because if now something terrible happens, so I will basically shuffle those 2 cards and I will face up 1. And that's the minor shock. No additional effect, flip this card face down. Okay, we have resolved this. Now we have to deal with the damage. We can roll 2 dice because again, the ruptured eardrum, we are looking for 2 successes. Wow, she's a star. Otherwise she would have went down. Wow, that's great. If you suffer 1 or more damage, become dazed. No, we are not dazed. Awesome job. Really insane. And then that's the purple deep one. It's in the bedroom. The deep one moves 2 spaces toward the nearest investigator in its space. I think he cannot go there. No investigators in space. Okay. Oh, it doesn't move at all. Interesting. Okay, then it's the ghost. The ghost moves up to 1 space to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks. What? To be within range of as many investigator within range. No investigators in the space. Does it move now? I think not. No investigators in space. The spirit calls out, but there is no one to hear it. The spirit vanishes and reappears elsewhere. The ghost moves to the nearest space within range of an investigator. Okay, this can be done. And I think, yeah, she will reappear here. That's the nearest space. Yeah, and it's within range. And I believe there is 1 more to go. Didn't we have the green one? Didn't activate this round. That's weird. Okay, but still, each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. Okay, so let's start with Gloria. That's clearly the ghost here with a 5. So let's start. Where is the ghost? Here is the ghost. Resolve a horror check. Yes. The spirit's face twists in a roil of emotions, flashing from joy to rage to pain to despair. Eventually the screaming, laughing and crying faces begin to erupt from other parts of its spectral form. Suffer 2 horror and will would negate. Still strange enough that she isn't wounded yet, to be honest. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's only one success and she's out of clues. Oh, that's bad. So yes, she will suffer one horror. Nothing to do about it. And that's the... what's that? Acalculia. Okay. Pretty sure it's something terrible. You cannot seem to be put letters or numbers in their proper order. Ah, yeah, okay. You know what? You had this skill once, but it has deserted you. Keep face up. Or one fewer die while resolving wow, a lore test. Ah, wow, she's really in a bad shape. This was her horror check, and I think then it's both Mandy and Carson against the priest, or Mr. Vanderbilt. And now we'll play it right, apparently. Resolve a horror check. Vanderbilt recounts the sordid history of a deep one family line. Okay, we have to do a lore test. And we need 2 successes. Okay, that's not too bad for him. He's rolling 4 dice. And yes, he made it. Nicely done. If you pass, you recognize the words as lies. Okay, nothing terrible will happen to him. And Mandy will roll 5 dice because of the arcane manuscript. And she has a lot of clues, actually. And she needs those clues. And yes, I will totally want to spend one. So she also basically recognized those words as lies. Nice. And I guess those were all of our horror checks and the Mythos phase. I'm still not sure about the purple and the green deep one. Did I miss those? Or I don't know. Let's end the Mythos phase. Things are looking bad as they are anyway. So yeah, let's end it and move back to the investigator phase. And even though we only did 2 rounds this episode, a lot of things happened, and I think I want to stop here, especially to give you the opportunity to track down some of my mistakes, and then I may be able to correct those. Again, I have to check with Mandy if she would have taken 1 more damage with one of her attacks she dodged or so, but I will find that out through during editing. And then I really have to think about things. We need to move Gloria out some way, and then we really have to start going after this ritual thingy here. So overall, definitely a lot to achieve during my next episode, which could be the last one already, to be honest. Anyway, I really hope you were still enjoying my little playthrough of Mansions of Madness here, and hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.